Waitomo, officially Waitomo Caves, is a rural community in the King Country region of New Zealand's North Island. There are several solutional cave systems in the area around the village, which are popular tourist attractions. Restaurants and accommodation are centered in the village to serve visiting tourists. The word Waitomo comes from the Maori language, Vai meaning water and Tomo meaning a doline or sinkhole. It can thus be translated to be water passing through a hole. The caves are formed in Oligocene limestone. The historic Waitomo Caves Hotel is located in Waitomo Caves village. History. Maori lived in the Waitomo Caves area in the 18th and 19th centuries. Opaka Pievit Macron to the east of the village was occupied by Ngti Hia in the 1700s. One of the first two explorers of the Waitomo Glowworm cave in 1887 was Tain Tinoro, who lived nearby and knew the entrance to the cave as a good spot for catching eels. Naturalist William Smith described seeing an abandoned Maori village or kinga of rope huts across the valley near a lake, while he was travelling between the accommodation at Waitomo Caves and the Ruakuri Cave in 1906. The village of Waitomo Caves is named for the hundreds of caves present in the spectacular karst landscape. The limestone landscape of the Waitomo district area has been the center of increasingly popular commercial caving tourism since before 1900, initially mostly consisting of impromptu trips guided by local Maori. The Waitomo Glowworm cave near Waitomo Caves was nationalized by the Crown in 1904 and managed as a tourism attraction from 1905 onwards. At this time tourists would set out for the Waitomo Glowworm cave from Otorohanga or Hangatiki railway stations which had been opened in the 1880s. A 1915 guide said, "The cave is reached by railway to Hangatiki, then 6 miles by coach along a good road." There was tourist accommodation at Hangatiki in the early 1900s and by 1904 accommodation and a store had been built at Waitomo Caves. In 1909 the government built a hotel, and the village gradually developed to support increasing tourism to the caves in the area. The Waitomo Caves Museum provides information about the karst landscape, caves and caving and the history of the area. Caves. There are many caves in the Waitomo Caves area, but some are on private land or only accessible to cavers rather than tourists. One example is Gardener's Cut at the Ruakuri Scenic Reserve. This is the largest cave system in the North Island, and it is used by caving clubs for beginner caving experience. Companies specialize in leading tourists through some of the limestone caves of the area, which are noted for their stalactite and stalagmite displays and for the presence of glowworms, the fungus gnat Arachnocampa luminosa, in caves with streams running through them. Cave tours range from easily accessible areas with hundreds of tourists per hour in the peak season, to activities such as blackwater rafting and crawls into cave systems, which are only seen by a few tourists each day.